So on my return from Lusaka to Harare, my expectations were high and I was really, really happy that day because I was expecting to get another blanket so that I would come and give either my girlfriend or my mom, right? But you know what? To my surprise, yeah, the day turned upside down. So what happened? So after we checked in and we crossed the security points, now I'm recording the flights, right? The whole experience, checking at Lusaka and everything like that. I got to the first boarding checkpoint. When I got to the boarding checkpoint, the ladies they realized that I have a camera and they said, "Oh, you're recording us. You're recording us without our permission." Then she turned into a rant, right? Then she started saying this and this. Then I said, "Ma'am, I'm very sorry. I'm just recording my whole experience. And I didn't notice that my camera was facing at you. Can I delete this?" Then she's like, "Okay, yes, delete. Then I deleted. Then you know what she went on to say, how do I know that you have deleted? What if you still have them?" I'm like, "Oh, ma'am, I tried to explain everything." Then she's like, "Okay." Then I told you, you know what, I'm just a social media creator and I'm just doing my personal flight review. But anyways, it's okay. I'm not going to check you. I cut it and I deleted it and I showed you. So, fortunately, there are people who know me from Zimbabwe. They're like, "Oh, Mukoto, how are you? Mukoto, how are you?" Then she's like, "Oh, this person is actually known." I'm like, "Yeah." Then I'm like, "How are you guys?" They're like, "Oh, you had come here to show us some plugs and stuff." Then I said, "No, I didn't come here to show you some plugs. I'm just doing a flight review." Then I went. So when I got to the to the entrance, to the airplane entrance, there are obviously flight attendants confirming and checking your boarding passes, right? Then I got there. Then the flight attendants again, I think I rotated the camera because the camera, it rotates because it's a DJI. So it rotates front and back. So I'm thinking I'm just recording myself. So I was recording to the entry point. Then I forgot to switch it to the other side. Then she said, "Oh, you're not allowed to be recording us and everything." Then I'm like, "Don't worry, ma'am. Let me delete. Delete, bang, no problem." But you know what? For some reason, I think she got carried away on the "you are not allowed to record us" that moment, right? That she forgot to actually direct me to where I was sitting. So she has my boarding pass, she's looking at it, she forgets everything, which I understand. Maybe she's frustrated, but I've deleted, so you are supposed to do your job. So you know what? I got in, I walked. After, I think when I had crossed the business class into the economy class, right? I'm just looking at my boarding pass and I'm also looking at those seat numbers, right? Then she comes behind me. So remember, now I'm looking at the camera and I'm recording myself because I don't want to record the people in the aeroplane, right? Then she pops out on my video. Then she's like, yeah. Then I ended up again deleting that part because she didn't want to see anything. Then, there's another gentleman on the flight attendant. He's coming from the back of the aircraft. He's coming towards me. He's like, "Sir, is everything okay?" Then I explained to him, "Oh, things are like this and this and this. I'm doing my flight review, but this lady, they said, we have a social media policy, so we're not going to allow you to record us and everything." Then, which I understand. But anyways, I'm now doing this. So she's coming. When she came, she got into my video again. Then she asked me to delete. That actually pissed me off though. Why? Because I said, "I'm no longer recording you, but you ran into my video. Now I don't have the footage because I have to delete you in my video and I have to delete your video." That pissed me off. Anyways, I said, "Okay, boy, calm down. You know what? Calm down." So I calmed myself down. Then I went and I sat down. When I sat down, I said, "Now, let me now test if they actually have a good customer service." And I tested them on the very same things that I had tested on the previous flight. How I say? On the previous flight, I requested, there were blankets, right, on that flight from Harare to Lusaka. So I asked your colleague, a flight attendant, right, if I could get a blanket. And she said, "Yeah, I could get one." So I'm asking, "Can I get also another one?" Right? Then he is like, "This one is a short flight. We can't give you a blanket, what?" Which I understood because it's a 45-minute flight, so they can't give me a blanket. Up until now, where the problem came is, I'm looking across the board. Some people on another side, they are asking for blankets. Then there's a flight attendant carrying 3 blankets and distributing to different people. I'm like, what? What? No, 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 no. You can't tell me that you don't give blankets when your own colleague in the same aircraft is giving people blankets, man. Blankets. Blankets. Anyways, it's okay. Maybe it's a bad day for me. So what do? I said, let me just watch and pray. And as if everything just needs to fall in place, you know what happened? The guy who was sitting next to me requested a blanket. He requested a blanket. And you know what? That flight attendant who told me that we don't give blankets on a 45-minute flight. He comes carrying a blanket. And I didn't say anything because I didn't want to put up drama. But then I said, you guys, you can't tell me that you don't give blankets on a 45-minute flight. But when other people ask for these blankets, you give them. You give them. The guy next to me was given a blanket, which he ended up leaving in the aircraft. Anyways, so I got out and I came back to Harare and I'm happy. And I said, for some reason, I'm not going to share this story. But now I was about to book my flights to Lusaka again because remember, there are Zambians on this channel, they are happy, and they said, when you come back to Zambia, try this club, try this. And I'm supposed to do a flight to Livingstone. I'm supposed to do a trip to Livingstone. So I'm going to do Harare to Lusaka so that I connect with the Zambians again and everything. You know what? What I think? Should we book again Qatar Airways? Bang. Nope. Now I'm thinking, okay, let me try out Emirates. Fly Emirates. So that's how I'm now going to try Fly Emirates and see what the experience will be like. So why is this story even important, right? Let's now talk to my audience. Qatar Airways, right? They will know this. Qatar Airways, it's a story about inconsistency, right? Your team can't be saying this and doing that. And you can't have 2 different experiences on almost the same route, right? It's Harare, Lusaka, and Lusaka, Harare. One flight, someone is happy and the crew is observing this way, right? The other flight, the people, they are observing this other way, right? They're treating people this way, other way and stuff, right? And on top of that, let's talk business. Maybe the people who are here, they understand the business. Do you know how far this thing can go? This thing, free marketing for Qatar Airways. Free marketing. I can give this to my girlfriend and she will know about Qatar Airways. I can give this to my mother and she will know about Qatar Airways. To the extent that she will say, okay, I want to fly Qatar Airways. To just give you a quick story, right? When I was growing up, I remember there was a time when my own cousins came from UK and came to Zimbabwe, right? They were given these small storybooks in Kenya Airways, right? I think Kenya Airways used to give those small storybooks. So they came and it was branded Kenya Airways, right? Then they left those storybooks and we would read those storybooks. I loved those storybooks. And now when I'm grown, I'm supposed to do a flight to Kenya for a flight review. And if it wasn't for some bad reviews on the internet about Kenya Airways, I was still going to be one fan on Kenya Airways. Because remember, Kenya Airways, the first good thing that I remember about Kenya Airways is that small book, that small storybook, right? From way back then. So already I have a soft spot for Kenya Airways that I would say, okay, let me go. So these little things, they go a very big way, right? You never want to play along experiences. And for some reason, how many people are requesting for blankets on a flight? Do you literally make a loss by giving someone a small blanket like this? Because most of these blankets, most of the people, they leave them. And for some reason, let me share with you again another story, right? I'm on my Harare to Lusaka flight. There's a gentleman who is sitting next to me. When I asked for this blanket, right, he's like, you know what, these blankets, they're actually cool. Because back home, I have 5 of them. And we take them when we're watching a movie with my daughters. Especially in the winters when you just want to throw some of these things. And he's talking about these small blankets. And he's also on Qatar Airways, right? Because his experience with Qatar Airways has been good, right? So imagine you are treating one person just like something. And for some reason, this one person tends to have an audience. Like, I would have expected these guys to be like, okay, let's just, if this guy is a social media person, let's just treat him good. Imagine what I would have done. I would come here and I would say, I have 2 blankets of Qatar Airways. Guys, Qatar Airways, you should fly them. And how many people are going to fly Qatar Airways? But they just want a blanket. That's revenue to you. So it's not like I hate Qatar Airways and stuff, but I'm just saying, guys, imagine how some of these people on a flight, these flight attendants, they can just tarnish a good brand. Qatar Airways is a very good brand. Like, if you go on the reviews and everything, there are so many things that I loved about Qatar Airways. If you are going to go on that Harare to Lusaka flight, the flight attendant, I loved the experience, I loved the customer service, and I also loved even the in-flight experience, the seats, the everything, the Dreamliner, the type of aircraft that they have. I loved everything. But these guys, for some reason, they just, man. I don't get it. But anyways, it is what it is. Different experiences. We will definitely try again Qatar Airways on another time. We will definitely try again Qatar Airways. But for now, we are going to try out Fly Emirates. Yeah, Fly Emirates. We are going to try Fly Emirates. And yeah, we will see how it goes. We will see how it goes. We will see how it goes. It is what it is. We will see how it goes. But these ones, I'm happy. This lady, I'm happy because she treated me very well. Not just me, I think most people on the flight were treated very well. And I think we'll give it a try sometime. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, what has been your experience with Qatar Airways? Let me know in the comment section. And for me, I've shared with you my own experience. That being said, guys, cheers, I'm out.